What is up, everybody? It is Jake back with the MF Film Room. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to be updated on all things EA college football, hit that red subscribe button. Do it right now. I got like 95% not subscribed to my videos. Please hit the subscribe button. It will help you out a lot because I'm going to bring you everything EA college football content, any leaks here and there. You might not hear it first, but you're going to hear about it in the most detail on this channel. I guarantee it. Also, subscribe to me on X/Twitter. There, I really appreciate you. That fam is growing. In addition to Master Football with Jake Posey, it is another channel that I have where I talk about college football content. But enough about all that. We're getting back to the EA college football content. Let's go. All right, guys, we are continuing on with our 12-part series over the potential features in EA college football. And again, I'm so excited about it. We are less than 7 months away from the release of this game. And I've gone over a couple different things. We've gone over NIL. We've gone over transfer portal. We've gone over offense, defense, special teams, all of those different sections in terms of what we can do to make the game better, what are possible features, what are things that we can have, what are things to consider, what I recommend, everything like that. We've gone over all that. This is the last week of those features reviews. We have 3 more videos this week. We're starting off this week with something I'd like to call Athletic Director Mode. So similar to Madden, where you have owner mode, and what happens with owner mode is there's a couple of different things. You have to manage the, not only do you coach the on-field, you also manage the off-field, in addition to the stadiums, maybe moving your team, maybe managing, prices here and there, whatever it is. There's lots of different things there. In college, you might not be able to be, again, it's just say this is, an athletic director, so you're not going to be able to like, oh, we're going to move the team here and there. You got to operate where you're at, but upgrading the stadium, altering this, altering that, whatever it is, there's lots of things that you can do. What I want to do is go through this video here to go through the 3 things to consider with this, the history, the things to consider, and then the recommendations. Remember, please like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. I appreciate it. Let's get into this content right now. So like I said, Athletic Director Mode, history, factors to consider, and then recommendations. History is a little barren. And here's the thing. Athletic Director Mode is not my original idea. There's plenty of other people out there who have kind of suggested this. This is a big discussion, especially with conference realignment. That's one of the bigger discussions here. Conference realignment moves pretty slow, but at the same time, that they were the ones pushing this. Head coaches don't really have much of an impact on there. Their job is to coach, recruit, put the best product on the field. The best product off the field is mostly the athletic director. So athletic director mode, specific modes. In Madden 2020, they added something called owner mode. You can see here how there would be, not only on this picture here, you can see this fact that it says manage and coach the team, so still maintain those duties on the field. You're also going to rebuild your stadium or relocate, set prices for everything you sell, and get feedback from your advisors. So owner mode was added duties, included stadium rebuilding, pricing of merchandise, etc. Essentially a coach with some added duties. So you still control the coach in the same way that Road to Glory. You still, if you go from Road to Glory to the coaching mode, you still control the player individually, whereas it's now you're going to be coaching the coach individually, but you're actually going to be the athletic director over the top of them. So this is something that is not necessarily the same, but a parallel with the EA college football world coming over from Madden. Factors to consider, there are a couple in here. So the AD responsibilities are athletic performance, profitability, retention of coaches, facilities, scheduling, boosters, relation, and compliance. So the compliance one, I really want to have a lot of input on the compliance one because I'm going to be going over that. Again, I'm going to bring an old idea back, see if you guys are interested in it or not. So here we are with the athletic director from Denver Academy. You come down here and see a couple of these things here that what it breaks down what their big responsibilities are: performance, retention of coaches, supervision of home games, athletic supplies, uniforms and equipment, regulations, dinners, individual athletes, their awards. There's a couple of things I don't think need to be in the game. I don't think that, logistics of transportation needs to be something they worried about, but updating uniforms, maybe updating athletic supplies, including facilities, that is something that an athletic director is directly responsible for. So within my recommendations here, so the athletic performance is still ultimately what it comes down to. Still would operate as if you were the head coach, controlling all aspects on the field, but your head coach would be a separate entity, almost like offensive coordinator is from head coach, whereas the head coach has a say on the offensive coordinator and their abilities overall, and they still do call the plays on offense and defense, but it almost is like its own thing, meaning where like you as an athletic director could hire and fire your coaches. We'll get to that here in a second with retention of coaches. The second item I think is the most important one, which is profitability. You must ensure profitability of a school, because a big aspect of an athletic director is a lot of things. There's athletic performance, there's academic performance related to athletic performance, there's profitability, there's, your quality of coaching, there's, performance. There's so many different things that interact, but ultimately profitability is number one on that, just to make sure that you can operate in the black as opposed to the red. I think that is going to bleed over here in multiple sections, as you'll see. We also mentioned retention of coaches, head coach, offense coordinator, and defense coordinator, and in my personal opinion, special teams coordinator. Be their own entities that have their own contract or negotiations. So just to make sure you'll be able to go through their specific negotiations with each of those entities. You can also discuss buyouts. So if you're a coach, or you have a coach who's got a really bad contract and they're not playing so hot, or they just dragging the team down, or you feel like you can get a better coach elsewhere, you can discuss a buyout. Facilities, a big aspect too, connected to profitability. Must maintain facilities as well as improve negligent ones, renovate/build new stadiums, and possibly give athletic director dollars towards education requirements. Could improve academic prestige. So in other things, could take dollars, put it towards athletic facilities, take dollars, put it towards campus lifestyle, take dollars, put it towards academic prestige. You can improve those different aspects based on how much money that you have. Those would be big aspects. And at the end, I think you also need to remember here that these facilities that they have, it's hard. Sometimes some are on campus and you can't really renovate and bulldoze them, but you have to be able to adjust things. So, maintaining those facilities would cost a certain amount of money per year. You have to make sure you maintain profitability, and you'll see a couple more examples of that here in this next section. So scheduling is a big one here. Scheduling would work out like the coaching carousel, where schools have to wheel and deal with others for the next season. Most scheduling occurs years in advance, but this game would be better served with the next season scheduling, meaning, if you see an athletic director, most of the time they're like, oh, they agree to a deal in 2027 or 2029. And you're like, okay, that wouldn't necessarily work. But what you could do is it could be like right before the next season, you could start to negotiate out, okay, we want to play an FCS game. Okay, we're going to lose $500,000 for that game. Okay, we want to play at Notre Dame. They're going to pay us a lot of money. You can kind of weigh that. Smaller schools would have to have more road trips and so on from there. But again, that would affect your profitability overall. Also, booster relations. I think this would be a huge factor that would be really interesting to kind of see how this would work. So you'd have suggestions and opinions just like advisors, but would have funding that could be added to your bottom line based on those suggestions. So some, offensive coordinators need to be suggested, or defensive coordinators need to be suggested, or let's just say they're like, we want to do this, we want to do that, we want you to bring in this recruit, we want you to bring in that recruit, and you don't do what they say. It can be strongly impactful on your bottom line as an athletic director in terms of their donations. Like I said, they would be involved directly with NIL abilities and their funding, because a lot of those, it's just that whole mess. But you also could be pitched for more funding with promises of performance or recruiting milestones or things like that, meaning that a booster, you could be like, hey, here's the deal. We are going to turn this school around. We are Arkansas State. We've been doing our best. We want to get to the SEC. We are going to turn this around, but I need your dollars here. You could actually go ahead and ask for them for that. And last here, I'm adding compliance. I really want everybody's perspective on this one. So you remember here, I see here we've got your boy Tommy Cravens is being suspended for academics. His first academic infraction. He's being suspended for 3 games. You could introduce the suspension aspects from NCAA 2007. Maybe, I don't know. What are you guys' opinions on that? Would you want to have that, or would you not? Get in the comments right now and let me know. Like I said, get in the comments, let me know about all of those things. Specifically, I really want to know about those, infractions things. What else would you add? What else would you remove? I do think a big factor that would be the conference realignment or conference attraction. The problem with that, though, is that's a very, very slow moving thing. So that would be something that only happens once every, 10, 20 years. It's not like people change conferences every 3 years. So it'd be tougher to have that in the game, but it would be really cool if it was kind of, because that is athletic director dependent. But like I said, it moves a little bit slower than that. But get in the comments. Let me know what else you guys would want to have, include, and so on and so from there. But that's it, my friends. I appreciate you guys being here. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Do all that stuff. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys tomorrow. I am out.